What's up? Got a couple of these Travisas here, and we're going to look at one. Let's make it this one. So let's get it out of this box. We're going to check it in so we can check it out and see what's going on, see what it's all about. I never, or I hadn't known anything about Travisa knives, and I found one on eBay, and or no, it wasn't on eBay, it was on Amazon. And so I thought, you know what, let me check one of them out. Well, so I got it, and I really liked it. It was a button lock, very nice one. There's this one right here, very first Travisa, and 14C28N. I think it's called the Aries. Not sure. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I really like the knife. It's got drop shut action, solid lockup, good micarta. The pocket clip runs good. It's got great in-hand feel. Like this is, I mean, nice satin stonewash finish on the blade. So anyways, I liked it. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to try another one. So that's this one. And this, of course, you got to always be smarter than the box, right? Oh, come on. There we go. Probably put that to the side. This is the SGR-07 in 10CR15COMOV. So, yeah, nice cleaning cloth. Looks like somebody used it. A couple of pieces of paper. I don't know. They come with this little pouch. That's kind of cool. And then, look at this beauty. So, it's got this epoxy. I'm not even sure what that's called, but oh man, this thing is already super cool. I can tell. It's just really awesome. I'm gonna pause the video and see if I can't find the name of this material. So it's just called a brass epoxy. Yeah, let's check that out. Get that so the lights aren't banging that. That is so cool. It's like suspended in there. Yeah, so it's what caught my eye. Normally this was like a $125 knife, but it was discounted to, you could see the brass suspended in there. It's like a screen inside that epoxy. Very cool. I can already tell this is going to scratch pretty easy. Yeah, very neat. Might crack too, depending on how you tighten it. Just some side thoughts, I don't know. It's got a recessed pocket clip, recessed screws. Let's run it. What's going on? Oh, feels good in the hand. You know, probably looking on camera, it looks really slick, and it is, but it's kind of grippy. Okay. Yeah, so it reminds me of the action of the other one, which means to say very nice. Looks like it's got a titanium collar with the anodized green. Yeah. Great action. I know I can spidey flick it. Yeah. Okay. Super pointy. Yeah, this thing, I mean, just that epoxy, it's just the coolest ever, man. Way neat. Hey, let's continue. Let's check it in, get going. Let's see what's up. Oh, it's got that same collar on both sides. Little titanium collar. So the screw wasn't ultra uber tight. There's no Loctite on it. These look like T6s, and I'm gonna say I don't see another screw. It's got this one here. Interesting. All right. There's got to be hidden screws underneath. There has to be. And maybe because of the nature of that epoxy, that's the way that they had to do it. I'm not sure. I did feel the tension come off it, so it may just pop right off there now. That one pocket clip screw was holding that scale. Yeah, no, there's screws underneath. It's got one. There's a little bit of oil under there. Here's the back side of that. I mean, wow, super lightweight and translucent. You can see through it. Look. I mean, yeah, very cool. Let me keep moving. A T6 or a T8? T6. Okay, should be able to get my scale now. Definitely clean up all this excess oil under there. This washer is kind of interesting. I'm not sure why they have that. Yeah, that's a steel liner, but they put a steel washer, polished washer in there. So they milled the liner to accept that washer and then put a washer in it. Pretty interesting. So this one's going to have the one screw. There's that collar. Yeah, I mean, it's got quite a bit of oil in there that I'd like to get off. So that screw's specific to that side. That scale's kind of shadow boxed on top of that metal liner. I think that's glued. I think they glued that. That's glued on there. Well, I mean, from that perspective, I don't have to worry about oil coming out from underneath it, whereas on the other one, that oil would be coming out from underneath it. All right, well, let's wipe it down, clean it up, we'll put it back together. Yeah, so they glued this side on. I could see the epoxy where it's glued here. Not sure how I feel about that. Like, because right away my brain starts thinking, well, could that glue fail, or... And it had the one screw holding it down. So I'm really sure, like, you went to the trouble to put a screw in it and then you glued it. But I mean, I'm not complaining, because I mean, so far I don't have an indicator that there's anything wrong with it, you know, that it's going to come apart or anything like that. It's just kind of odd to have put a screw in it. This one screw right here. That I'm actually just going to put back in. And that screw's got a black, I think it screws into this too, so I better get this, because that holds, that's for the other Okay. Ooh. So I'm running out of hands here. So this screws into the scale, but it also, this spacer screws onto it. Okay, well there we go. I thought that that screwed into the scale, but it does not. It was just biting for some reason. I'm going to be kind of careful with this because I don't want to split that epoxy scale. There we go. Yeah, and it's black, so it kind of gets lost in there. It's kind of nice. Cool. All right, keep going, man. Keep it moving. There we go. And I wiped this one down. Let's get this blade. Blade's really aggressive. I like it. I mean, on the surface, I'm already kind of seeing this as a EDC / self-defense carry. Look, it felt like it had pretty good ergonomics and was going to bite with the finger guard. And there's some kind of crud on that right there. I'm gonna get it off. There we go. Okay. Pretty thin washers here, but they're supported. They're just in these slots. They don't really got to carry any weight or anything. They're just a smooth surface. I suppose the reason for that is this black stonewash coating, and having these bearings run on that coating is not optimum. So they designed it and gave it a smooth washer to run on. Where's my other set? Okay, well, there it is. That's the benefit of having a small workspace. It's not like things can go far. Okay, we're ready. Let's put it back together. It's got a captured detent pin. Or not a detent pin. Pivot screw pin. Trying to look here and see what it's actually captured in. It's captured in this scale right here, so I just want to kind of line that up. Tolerances are really tight here, like these pieces going back together. It's forcing me to really just get it lined up perfect for it to go on, which, I mean, is always a good sign. Actually, it looks like that pin might be off just a hair. You know, when they take the time to machine these little parts like this. There we go. Okay, next. Oh, left the collar off. That's gonna have to come back out. They look identical, so I'm just gonna pick one. There we go. And let's do a washer or a bearing. A little bit of the oily. Don't need much. That thing was running smooth. Blade. Yeah. So it is, that bearing is having to wear out this side on the blade, that black coating, but I mean, it was running pretty darn good already. But through time, what that tells me is, through time, is that these bearings continue to wear into that, It's just going to get smoother and smoother. Way minimized. So yeah, it's amazing how many times I find these though, and they have one screw, and they're in micarta or carbon fiber with one screw, and a lot, and some of them are even kind of not even rectangle like this. So this one, yeah, it gets a pass. Let's check this action. I mean, that's solid as a rock right there. I'm gonna check it though. Where am I? Put a little bit of tension on it. Okay. Oh, drop shut. There's so little tension on that screw. I may put a tiny bit of Loctite on that. Clean this area up. Let's check it one more time. I mean, it's solid for sure. There's no rock in there anywheres, but I mean, I'm gonna call it good. Wow. I mean, now that it's cleaned up, it's just drop shut. It's Travisa, the action. I mean, boom. So good. Yeah. Wonderful action on these. They do such a good job. So there it's at, see if we can see it on that blade. 10CR15COMOV. That's a bunch. That's a mouthful. Let's wipe it off. That black stonewash finish is pretty nice on there as well. And of course, with this epoxy scale, every little oily fingerprint's just showing up on the surface of that. But man, is that cool. That is so nice. Hope that's transferring through on the camera. But you can see the brass suspended in there. Yeah, very nice. All right, let's look at the ergonomics. How's this handle? So, like I said, it's got this jimping on the top of the blade. Pretty aggressive, grippy. So, thumb forward, strong grip. Backside here doesn't have jimping, but it's got a little swoop. So the finger does lock in there well. And this is a really confident grip. With the pointiness of this blade, the way this is, there's no hot spots. The pocket clip is disappearing right in the palm where it should. I'm going to say this is a very confident grip for a self-defense knife. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have any concerns about losing my grip with this knife. It's got a choil, so you can choke up, get a grip in here, you know, that stuff that I don't know anything about. So that is there. Yeah, pretty nice. No hot spots. Fit and finish. I like it. Let's check that pocket clip. Wow, that action, man. These guys, where have they been all my life? I know that when I'm searching them now, I kind of like, they have a pretty extensive catalog and selection of knives. Here we go. Over the lip, like butter. It's got that little pokey sticking out there. So pretty deep carry. Pretty nice. 100% in these thick pants. It's just right over the top of them. And then on the thinner, like a pair of jeans material, yeah, same thing. It's got good tension. It's going to hold it right where you put it. Nice. This thing's going to ride well in the pocket. Pretty cool. Okay. Do a little for safety. Let's see what's going on. So on this back side, see if I can make contact with that blade, and I cannot. How about the tip? Nah, it's way down in there. Not gonna reach that. So the pocket clip's good. The tip is good. This back spacer, this would be very safe in the pocket. Yeah, and I mentioned the recess on the pocket clip, the recess screws, inset in the scales. Come on, this thing is. I wonder if it cuts. Let's see if it cuts. Come on. I mean, maybe it's got a burr. So, how about just a second I strop off camera? Okay, a couple of passes on a strop. Just took me a couple of minutes. And whatever little burrs or whatever was going on there, I think I've gotten rid of those little buggers. Yeah, so super sharp. So let's wrap up. The little epoxy scales. I mean, somebody could easily make the argument and go, "Hey, that's a terrible material or something." I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I will tell you that that brass suspended in there is like 3D, and it makes this super attractive. I mean, I don't have anything like it. And it's just deep, the depth of it. And I suppose it's because it is deep, you know, it's that stuff is suspended in there, that brass screen. Is it a long-term handle material? Man, I can't answer that. I really can't. So I can't speak to it from a strength or durability. Is it going to scratch up carrying that in my pocket? I can't answer to that either. But I can tell you that it looks awful cool and I like it. It was on sale and I got it for just under $80 with that 10CR15 steel. White Mountain Knives carries it for that price, and I believe you can get it on Amazon for right about that same price. So there it is. It's the Travisa SGR-07. Very cool knife. Appreciate you watching. What's up? Got a couple of these Travisas here, and we're going to look at one. Let's make it this one. So let's get it out of this box. We're going to check it in so we can check it out and see what's going on, see what it's all about. I never, or I hadn't known anything about Travisa knives, and I found one on eBay, and or no, it wasn't on eBay, it was on Amazon. And so I thought, you know what, let me check one of them out. Well, so I got it, and I really liked it. It was a button lock, very nice one. There's this one right here, very first Travisa, and 14C28N. I think it's called the Aries. Not sure. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I really like the knife. It's got drop shut action, solid lockup, Good micarta. The pocket clip runs good. It's got great in-hand feel. Like this is, I mean, nice satin stonewash finish on the blade. So anyways, I liked it. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to try another one. So that's this one. And this, of course, you got to always be smarter than the box, right? Oh, come on. There we go. Probably put that to the side. This is